Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Tech That Doesn't Byte Cast. I am, of course, Simon, and joining me is my co-host, Mr. Jeff Weirden.
Hey, Simon,
going,
my
man?
man, what's up, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Been getting a lot of acting work. I'm ecstatic, man. It has been a surprisingly profitable month for me. It's nice.
Yeah, it's no disrespect, but it's very rare for me to hear that from you.
Yes,
in terms of
no disrespect taken.
Very rare. I've known you for quite a
rare.
while, and how long you've been doing it. It's very rare for me to hear you say
Yeah,
it.
this month has been a boon, to say the least. Oh my God, yeah, and all the other months, the pandemic has just made absolute hell of my life in that regard. But yeah, it's this month has been really good. So hopefully, this will get me a good boost into other work and so forth. So we'll see.
Hopefully the trend continues, man.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Unless you say something stupid here, but
pick my nose. All right.
But let's get on to our story, shall we?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Simon, what do we got today?
So we had two event announcements this week.
Right.
First, we're gonna talk about, the one that a lot of people already talked about later on in the show. Okay. But first, we want to talk about new smartphones that are coming out from Google. And they are the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Now, this was originally teased like earlier in the year, not like a few months ago. We just didn't know when it was launching. So basically, I'm just gonna recap what I saw, and the Pixel 6 starts at $599, and the Pixel 6 Pro starts at $899. So the Pixel 6 Pro has like a telephoto lens. So it's really the camera difference between those two.
Okay.
And the Pixel 6 starts at a 120 gig storage, and the Pro as well. They still start in the base model. I think the 6 only goes up to 256 gigs, while the Pro model goes up to 512 gigs.
Right.
So obviously, it runs Android 12, and it has, if you look at the back, it does have like a giant, I won't say giant, but pretty big camera bump. If you look at it, So
it's not flush with the phone like most phones wrap to be, or even dented in, if you will, or indented. Maybe was a better word. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So the Pro has a bigger screen. Not by much. Like they're still. Both of these phones are still like around the 6-inch mark for the screen size, but just by just not too, just a few inches from each other. So it's not not too big from each other, but they're still big phones. So they both can shoot like 4K 60 FPS, which is cool.
That's very good.
And I mean, like it's running Android 12, like the vanilla version of it. And it's like, this is from Google. So you're going to get like day-to-day, release dates for the software. Not like the other phones where you have to wait.
Right.
For God knows how long. So depending which model and brand do you have, you could be.
Yeah. Let's talk about the AirTags.
Yeah. It's similar to the AirTag firmware, just like that.
Oh, that's still laughable. God. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
So it does have like curves.
Okay.
No. So it's like I want to say like a curve shape, but
yeah,
it just looks like it.
Yeah, my own phone, my own 6 Plus actually has curves on it as well, or 8 or what? Yeah, no, 8 Plus, excuse me, has curves on as well. I think that's kind of a standard that kind of goes with Samsung, Google made type Android phones.
Yeah. So it has 5G. I think the 6 has a one specific 5G that doesn't have like the millimeter wave. So I had to double check on that. But it has the new Wi-Fi 6E.
Okay.
Bluetooth 5.2, and the battery life is 4,614 milliamp per hour in the 6 and 5,004 milliamp per hour in the 6 Pro.
So, well, I actually noted that I don't need the 5G because I'm vaccinated, so I'm totally good with that part of it. But yeah,
I mean, sure, man.
Yeah, whatever you say, buddy boy.
Whatever you say.
Somebody call the crazy people. Get them out of here.
Yeah, so it definitely have Android 12. No, again, no. If you ever want like the latest Android, just get a Pixel phone, people. Just honestly, that's like the best experience you can have. And the thing I don't like is that in this article, it tells you the amount of software support it'll have. So apparently the Google Pixel 6 doesn't come with 5 years of Android updates, only 3. So
that's weird.
Google's new phones, reading that part.
Huh.
But it's only users will still get at least 3 years of OS updates, after which we're coming to ensure the Pixel will stay up to date and secure. So I think it's still in that same pattern with their previous Pixels too. It's just 3 years of updates. And then just the major updates and then just like incremental security stuff. That's about it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they got to make sure it stays secure for as long as people own the phone. But I mean, I wonder what would motivate them to drop from 3 to go to 3 years instead of 5.
I don't think it was ever 5.
Well, you were saying it was. At least I thought maybe I misheard you.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't have a Pixel phone that I use normally.
Right.
The last one I tried out was the Pixel 3A. I don't know. My sister told me she actually pre-ordered the 6. So maybe I could get a hand of it, get a hold of it.
Yeah, get a hold of it when she's not looking. Here, let me borrow
He's
that.
Like, give me the 6. So she pre-ordered the 6 from Best Buy unlocked. So
interesting.
We'll see. I mean, but no, I really want to try it out, but just can't cough up $600 at the moment.
Yeah, it's a little tough. I'm with you on that.
Can't cough up $600 at the moment.
We just don't have that kind of money lying around here. So to our good listeners and viewers, if you could just visit our Amazon affiliate links a lot, we can afford one. So we'd appreciate that.
No, we're not asking for money, people, but we just let you know that these cool gadgets that we want to review, the reason why we're not reviewing is because
it's a lot of money.
Can't get a hold of it at the moment. So
it's money.
But eventually if we find ways to do this better,
we're going to go out and earn protection money from local businesses. That's how we're going to start buying stuff. No. I don't know. I mean, the more viewers and listeners we get, obviously, we could do better for ourselves.
The more acting gigs this guys get.
Bingo. That's what I do. I got to become famous. That's the whole plan. I got to become famous. I need to do more Darman videos. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So that is the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Just
does sound pretty cool.
It was just announced yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? No, it was yesterday. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. It sounds really good, man.
Really so maybe I'll be able to play with the 6 that my sister bought. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. No, Simon, I'm not giving this to you.
Yeah.
I just want
to. All right. No. So let's go on to the next story. And next story is, if you have a 15-year-old PC, you might actually be able to run Windows 11 on it.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah. So this article is from PC Mag, and it said no new PC needed. Windows 11 run on a 15-year-old Intel Pentium 4 chip. It says it runs on it. Doesn't mean it runs well on it.
So right. It runs not well. Right. That's the thing we got to remember here. Exactly.
So Microsoft has been mainly telling customers that Windows 11 is meant for newer PCs. However, an internet user has uploaded a video that shows the OS can actually run on a 15-year-old Pentium 4 chip from Intel. Now, last week, Twitter user Carlos SM posted a screenshot of his Pentium 4 powered PC running Windows 11. He then followed up with the video and a benchmark to verify that his machine was running the one-core Pentium chip with only 4 gigs of DDR2 RAM.
Damn.
Installed the OS onto the system. Carlos SM said he had to use a Windows 10 PE installer, which can be used to deploy or repair Windows via a USB drive. Windows 11 is installed in the MBR, the Master Boot Record Legacy Boot mode. No EFI emulation involved, he added.
Wow.
So those are his specs. Basically, it's a Intel Pentium 4, 661, 3.6 gigahertz, Asus P5Q, a 4 gigabyte DDR2 800 RAM, NVIDIA GeForce GT 710, and 120 gig SSD.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Of course, the OS runs a bit slower on the Pentium 4 chip. Nevertheless, it shows Windows 11 can't easily run on decade-old hardware, even though Microsoft is selectively rolling out the OS to newer PCs.
Well, I guess whatever code there is to check the chip hardware and whatnot isn't working very well if he's able to pull that off.
Or they just bypass my take on it. I'm pretty sure that people have figured out how to bypass it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if somebody clever enough will go, oh, here's a video of how I did it. Get the software. There you go. No problem there. But that is absolutely I should look into that. I'm actually really curious about benchmark to see how well the P4 is actually working with Windows 11. It kind of reminds me of that College Humor video when they made it the video where the Matrix was switched over to Windows. Oh yeah, the Matrix is running on Windows now. It just kind of made me think of that. It's like, oh my god, a blue screen. Funny stuff. That's kind of what got me thinking about that. I'm like,
the Matrix running on Windows. But I know it's kind of cool that you're still able to run the newest stuff on older hardware.
Right.
Might not be as great, but
no. Not even close. And I would imagine it probably took up the bulk of that 120 gig hard drive. Well, yeah, I've got like 10 gigs left. I can do whatever I want with it now.
Like, you're trying to watch YouTube. Oh, man, it's lagging.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, it's lagging. So
that is hilarious.
Yep.
That is cool. That is really cool.
That's some cool news. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next story. And next story is yours, Jeff.
All right. Well, let's talk about Facebook. Facebook, those guys. All right. So Facebook, according to sources with direct knowledge at Facebook, is planning to change its company name next week to reflect its focus on building.
Facebook is getting a facelift? I've been waiting to say that for quite a while.
Oh, my God. I bet it took them all day to come up with that joke, too. But
it did. It did. I'm going to admit that. It did.
God. No, yeah. It's pretty bad. So they're looking to reflect its focus on building the metaverse. And I'll get into that in a moment there. All right. So Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg plans to talk about it at the Connect conference on October 28th. So I'll try to keep posted about that part of it. Rumors are abound that the name change is likely meant to signal the tech giant's ambition to be no more than just social media and all the ills that it entails, right? The rebrand would likely place Facebook as one of the many products under a parent company that oversees products like Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus, and more. Facebook declined to comment for this particular story out of the Verge there. Now, this is the Verge. Okay, just double checking that. All right, so part of this change also relates to some 10,000 employees that are working to build consumer hardware, such as the augmented reality glasses. And Simon, if you pull up the graphic there for me, please.
Yeah, will do.
Now, which Mr. Zuckerberg believes will be as common as smartphones. Now, back in July, he was quoted that over the next several years, quote, we will effectively transition from people seeing us as primarily being a social media company to being a metaverse company. Now, for our podcast listeners, I'll describe this particular picture here. It is a 4-panel photograph consisting of 4 screen captures. Now, for those who are familiar with the movie They Live, starring Rowdy Rod Piper back from the 80s or so, you see him holding a pair of big sunglasses over his face, and he sees Mark Zuckerberg with the alien face pasted over his face. The next photograph is him taking the glasses down, and Zuckerberg returns to normal. So, augmented reality, guys. Augmented reality right there. Now, some believe that the rebrand will help distance this futuristic work from the extraordinarily intense scrutiny that Facebook has endured due to leaked internal documents provided by whistleblower Frances Haugen, who recently testified before Congress regarding Instagram's mental health impacts on its youngest users, especially teen girls. While the new name is super hush hush, a possible name could have something to do with Horizon, the name of the still unreleased VR version of Facebook meets Roblox that the company has been developing for the past few years, or Roblox, excuse me. I didn't say, I said Roblox. Roblox, my bad. The name of that app was apparently tweaked to Horizon Worlds shortly after Facebook's demoed a version for workplace collaboration called Horizon Workrooms. So we may be seeing Horizon Worlds coming along all in a VR setting, which would be interesting to see how that might pan out. Now, according to Zuckerberg, the metaverse is, quote, going to be a big focus. And I think that this is just going to be a big part of the next chapter for the way that the internet evolves after the mobile internet. And I think it's going to be the next big chapter for our company too, really doubling down in this area, end quote. Now, if you're familiar with the term metaverse, it was coined originally by sci-fi novelist Neil Stephenson to describe a virtual world where people escape from a dystopian real world, kind of like how things are now. And this setting usually relates to the cyberpunk genre of science fiction novels. One such noted cyberpunk book would be Johnny Mnemonic by William Gibson, which was adapted to film starring Neo, aka Keanu Reeves. So,
is this what Twitter's for?
Yes, exactly. That's what Twitter's for. So now you could actually like put these glasses on and see everything tweeting around you, and just, oh my God, yeah, you know. I mean, that's actually kind of the impression I'm getting. If the graphic on that article is any indicator, you would be putting on your AR/VR goggles, and you could tap on all sorts of different things that are going on, you know, swirling around in front of you that you could tap on and, you know, kind of play with it, just like in Johnny Mnemonic, you know, where you just kind of handle things, you move things around. Actually, a lot of sci-fi movies nowadays are all about like air interface type of setup there. Yeah. So like, yeah, it definitely kind of falls in that category to see what the good word is about that.
Yeah, like Ready Player One.
You know, I haven't seen that, but I wanted to see that. But it probably does seem to fall into that category too. Yeah. So it seems to fall into that catery too.
Yeah, no thanks, Facebook. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, well,
I ain't gonna go into your metaverse.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, no, I would imagine that there may be a level of right in thinking that the VR goggles might be our next step. I don't know for sure. It's a hard gamble. If the prices really start to come down on them, I've not priced any, so I don't know how expensive they are. But then you got to get software upgrades, hardware upgrades to be able to handle all that stuff. But he may be right. He may actually be spot on about a possible, you know, reawakening or evolution in the internet access of just being able to go online with one of these goggles and be able to manipulate, you know, your experience when you're using your fingers or however that's going to work out. I presume the gloves would need to be involved as well. But I honestly,
everyone's gonna give Facebook the finger.
Well, you know what? That would be like a new like type icon where you just give the finger and you know. Exactly.
So be careful what you wish for, Facebook.
Exactly, right? God.
All right, let's move on to the next story.
All right. So U.S. lawmakers say that Amazon executives may have lied to Congress.
Wow.
Should we be right?
Good job, Congress. You actually did something.
I know. They finally got their heads out of there. No, anyways. All right. So
no, I'm not gonna say the S word. No stuff, Sherlock. You know.
Yeah, right. No kidding. Really? Yeah. Okay. So Amazon CEO Andy Jassy was contacted via letter from the House Judiciary Committee, excuse me, asking Amazon to provide Judiciary. Did I say it wrong? I did say it wrong.
Judiciary.
Thank you. Yes, I just say, yeah, thank you. This committee asked Amazon to provide proof of testimony provided by Amazon executives regarding the company's business practices, right? So the lawmakers are alleging that the company's executives, including founder Jeff Bezos, may have misled or even lied to Congress. The letter, I know, right? Color me shocked, right? Yeah. Right. What's that Fry meme? It's shocked. I'm just shocked. Well, okay, maybe I'm not that shocked. Well, okay, I'm sort of surprised. Anyways, the letter in part reads, quote, at best, this reporting confirms that Amazon's representatives misled the committee. At worst, it demonstrates that they may have lied to Congress in possible violation of federal criminal law, end quote. Now, the letter itself is actually referring to news stories from Reuters, the Wall Street Journal, and the Markup that report Amazon's private brands and how third-party seller data is being handled by Amazon. These reports allege that Amazon uses data for third-party sellers to launch competing products and favors its own brands in search results. Of course, Amazon flatly denies all this. This past Monday, the company
They're lying.
I know, right? Yeah. I would love for some company to go, you caught me. Boy, what was I thinking? I mean, seriously, got to be hilarious. So, all right. So, as I said, Amazon flatly denies this. Just this past Monday, the company said, no way, dude. We totally didn't mislead Congress, in such words. Now, whoops. Oh, crap. Hang on. Bam. There we go. Lost my spot there. Okay. In an emailed statement, an Amazon spokesperson said, quote, Amazon and its executives did not mislead the committee, and we have denied and sought to correct the record on the inaccurate media articles in question. As we have previously stated, we have an internal policy which goes beyond that of any other retailer's policy that we're aware of, that prohibits the use of individual seller data to develop Amazon private label products. We investigate any allegations that this policy may have been violated and take appropriate action, end quote.
Yeah. Now, excuse me, I'm going to space.
yeah. Excuse me, I'm going to launch my wang into space. Whatever. Anyway, so the committee stated that the letter was Amazon's last chance to provide, quote unquote, exculpatory evidence for the testimony and statements given by Amazon's executives, including Jeff Bezos, who in 2020, while he was still CEO, said Amazon, quote, prohibits the use of anonymized data if related to a single seller when making decisions to launch private brand products, end quote. Amazon has a deadline of November 1st. And we'll see how that's going to
leave the planet.
Well, it's already happened a couple of times here, but it's shimmy Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Congress.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I think if some other presidents have been in power right now, this wouldn't even be happening. Honestly, I don't even think that the lawmakers would give a damn and wouldn't be happy. So the fact that this is actually happening is good and bad depending on how you look at it. But I mean.
Okay, it's happening, but are they going to do something about it? Well, that's the question.
It's a matter of doing something about it. But the thing is that if I'm understanding this article correctly, if Amazon is making its own private label products for stuff and favoring itself, then that actually is against the law. It's anti-competitive. That's the whole thing. Which, given how we got all these big corporations that are running our legislative branches and whatnot, you know what? I think we got bigger issues that, they're selling their own stuff above everybody else. That's just not fair. I mean,
here's the thing: if what they say it's true, which probably is, which probably knowing how our government works, Amazon just pay them off and that's it.
And of course, that crossed my mind. Exactly. That's
the punishment.
Bribes abound. Abound. Exactly.
That's how our government works.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's whatever. Well, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And my last bit of news comes from the country of El Salvador and the Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen,
really October with this Bitcoin.
What's that?
You're really obsessed with Bitcoin.
Oh God, no! I just think this is hysterical to me. It's an honest to God laugh riot. All right, so let me see. Today is the 20th, and I hadn't looked it up today, but yesterday, at around closing time, the price of Bitcoin was $63,946 US, which is an amazing jump from the $52,350 when it opened on September 8th and the $46,270 when it closed on September 8th. So by God, congrats on a good 5-6 weeks of having to wait for Bitcoin to go up. Yeah, it should be now worth more than when you got it as official currency of El Salvador. So
very good.
All right, well, Simon, I want to hear this last story you've got here.
Yeah. Well,
God, this is a doozy. I love
there's a second to last. I just want to recap.
All right.
The new MacBook Pros that Apple announced on Monday, and they also did new AirPods as well. So,
all right.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. I mean, I
can barely contain myself, please.
Yeah. So, as reported, Apple has released 2 new MacBook Pros, the 14-inch and the 16-inch model. They're still actually selling the 13-inch model.
Nice.
So that starts at the very low base model, but that's like last year's model, so it's already kind of outdated. So it's cheaper.
Darn this obsolete 3-month-old technology. My God.
1 year. 1 year.
1 year. Exactly.
Yeah. So the price starts for these new MacBook Pros. The 14-inch starts at $19.99. Okay. Base model has a Apple M1 Pro chip. Now they actually introduced 2 chip. One is called the M1 Pro, and then one is the M1 Max.
Right. Okay.
So let's look at what the M1 Max would. You could actually configure your 14-inch to have an M1 Max, but they'll be like a lot of money. So if you want a 16-inch, that you can also configure to the M1 Max. You can either pick a 10-core CPU and a 24-core GPU.
Good God.
Or a M1 Max with a 10-core CPU and 32-core GPU. Yeah. And the RAM, let me see the RAM. I think there's 2 differences between the M1 Pro and then the M1 Max. So
yeah, there it is.
Both of the laptops, they all start at 16 gigs of memory. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. And the M1 Pro or the M1 Max can be configured to up to 32 gigabytes of memory. Only the M1 Max can be configured up to 64 gigs.
And that's why it's called Max.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's called Max. And they also have, let's see, some new ports. So now they're going to have, they put back the HDMI port. Okay. There's a Thunderbolt 4, which is basically USB-C on the right side of the laptop, plus an SD card. They put back the SD card now slot.
Nice.
Okay. And I believe this is going to be on the left side. You have MagSafe, which is coming back, which, I thought it was stupid to remove it the first time because it's a pretty neat feature to have, MagSafe.
What is the MagSafe? I'm not familiar with the term. I probably should know what that is, but
you should remember. You know how like your old MacBook Pro, they have the charger?
Right. It would just snap
it's
right
just
into
magnetic.
place.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought it was. Okay,
if someone knocks over a laptop, like, they run over a cable, it's just that cable will just disconnect itself. Your laptop will be safe.
Right.
But they removed that when these newer MacBook Pros came out. So everything was charging through the USB-C port.
Okay.
And those are magnetic. So
right.
If someone knocked that shit out, then you're toast.
Right. Yeah. No, I remember the magnetic bits, man. I just thought that was super cool. I'm like, okay, that's smart.
Yeah, they brought that back now.
Yay.
Okay, and 2 more Thunderbolt 4 ports, and then a headphone jack.
Right, the headphone jack.
Yeah. So new keyboard, no more stupid touch bar.
Nice.
It just has the function keys now. All right.
Oh.
How a laptop should be with the keyboard, Apple.
Yeah.
Don't try to do your dumb multi-touch bar thing because that thing is stupid.
Right.
All right. And also, Wi-Fi 6 and 1080p FaceTime HD camera. The new laptop does have a notch on the camera.
A notch?
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it, but you see right there.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Okay. So it's not in the frame itself. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there's a notch. I don't know why there's a notch there, but it's supposedly apps could take advantage. If you full screen app, if the apps are updated correctly, the notch will be covered. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm curious now about that.
Yeah. So you could also get the 16-inch one, which starts at $24.99 for the Pro chip, and you can max it out to even more than the $34.99 with the M1 Max.
Right. Yeah. 32 gigs of RAM and all that happy stuff.
Yeah.
Or 64, excuse me, 64.
Yep.
Cool. That sounds like a fun machine.
Yeah, it's a fun, expensive machine.
Yeah, well, I expect nothing less when it comes to Apple about expensive. So yes.
Yeah, so those are actually, you guys should pre-order them now. Like a lot of them, the shipping times are being, kind of, delayed up to like December from my reading, because a lot of people are pre-ordering them, which they should. I mean, people that had older MacBook Pros, they were probably waiting for this one, so definitely good for pre-orders. I like the machines. Too bad I won't get it now.
I would imagine there's going to be a delay in a lot of electronics for quite a long while until we get, until we, there's the chip shortage. There's also the shipping issues and whatnot that we're having out the various ports around the country. And of course, there's a lack of truckers to actually deliver all this stuff too. I mean, there's delays abound. So
yeah, it's a clown show right now. So
yeah, it's a clown show. That's a good one as opposed to some other kind of type S show. But yes, the clown show works too.
All right, but one of the dumbest things I ever seen Apple released.
This is so Bob.
This is amongst a lot. They released a couple of snoozes a couple of times.
Oh my god!
But this is just stupid. All right, this is just the dumbest thing that Apple could do.
How dumb is it, Simon?
A piece of cloth to clean your Apple devices will cost you $19. It's a polishing cloth, ladies and gentlemen. And you could buy that on the Apple Store. This is like some, I remember back in the days when you buy these laptops, they actually come with the cloth so you can clean it with.
My God,
and I already thought Apple's $1,000, monitor stand was stupid enough. This one tops it off.
I can just imagine you spend all this money, for a new laptop or a new phone. Hey, here's your i13 phone. I'm sorry, the cleaning cloth is sold separately for $20.
Yeah, I mean, are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. I saw people joking around like in the comments, like a MacBook was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for the Apple Cloth SE."
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, can we get Apple Care on this?
Oh my god! Oh yeah, get the SE version for $30. I mean, oh my god!
And so I was like, I can't do install payments on this.
I'd like to finance that. Do you mind? I've already blown all the cash I have, but I can't afford the cloth. Can you finance that for me?
I mean, this is dumb.
Oh, I know it is. I agree.
This is dumb.
Oh my god! The dumb part, you probably could get like a cloth diaper to do the job just as well, if not better. Oh my god, that is insane.
And we all know where this thing is going to be made from.
Yes, there's that too.
Yeah, we all know.
Too. You got to import that stuff. You sure as hell can't make it here in America.
Yeah.
Which actually, chances are, if you had to make it here into the States, it'd probably be a lot more expensive.
I like Apple. Like, you release some really good products, but this is by far one of your dumbest one. I'm glad you didn't announce it in your little keynote.
God,
because. Yeah, I'm also glad that it wasn't a live event. If you announce that piece of cloth for $20 at your live event, you're gonna get more boos, just like how you did with your monitor stand. All right, didn't get boos, but more like,
"Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, that kind of reaction,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so
I love it.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Wow, I'm trying to think of better ways to spend $20. And my God,
I would not spend $20 on a stupid Apple cloth.
I just got to go buy that cloth now for $19 in shipping and handling.
No, that's like, that cloth is something we can afford, but even we find ridiculous. We're not
well, that's the
money
thing.
that we earn to buy a piece of cloth.
Right. What, like, wasn't it like for another $10 we got the AirPods, right? The
AirTags.
The AirTags. Thank you. Yeah. Right. And I'm like, oh my God,
$40 get the AirTags,
get the cloth versus the AirTags. I mean,
yeah,
there's a tough call. Shibbity Christmas.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, yeah, no.
Well, maybe the AirTags could have come with the cloth so we keep them clean. I don't know. It's just,
I don't know. It's just dumb.
I love it, Simon. Just love it. Just love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds like the end of our show, if I am not mistaken.
Indeed.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us today. Please come and visit our website at TechThatDoesn'tByte.com. Learn more about Simon and I, see all the reviews and other podcasts we have done. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notifications button so you know that when we're live, or at least we've got something recorded for you that you can listen to.
Yeah. And if you are listening to the podcast,
yep,
thank you so much. And if you are using your favorite podcasting app, there's a place for you to review the show. Please feel free to leave us a review. And, let us know if there is a specific podcast service that you use that's not there, that our show is not there. Let us know.
We'll get on that. We'll talk to the guy about getting that done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying.
And by what Jeff means, just kind of sending a request.
We'll ask nicely.
sending
a ask nicely. It's
filling out a form. That's about it.
Right. Something like that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. Have a great one.
Bye, everyone.